cracking YouTube? Hold on, let me just set this up real quick. Okay, what's cracking with everybody on YouTube? What's everybody getting themselves into on this Monday morning? Well, Monday afternoon, whatever. Right. We still got some lighting over here. What's the topics of today? What's everybody getting themselves into? You know, what's been happening in the world of YouTube? Besides a whole lot. What's cracking, my boy? What you getting yourself into, carnal? You already know right here, we just chilling at the Holly. On break. Trying to see what's up with everybody. You know what I mean? What's everybody getting themselves into? The super had me all fucked up yesterday. That's right. Yeah, it got good towards the end. You know what I mean? Hey, they must have heard me, bro. And they were like, "Shit, we gotta kick it up a notch," because it got interesting towards the end, right? Hey, you can't underestimate people's hunger, bro. Mahomes just wanted that motherfucker, bro. Mahomes just has a different drive to him. He's good, bro. He's good. It's really good. People need to give him his flowers, even though they hate his wife and his brother. People need to give him his flowers. Which I don't understand why they hate his wife so much, bro. Like, I mean, she just supports her husband, bro. What the fuck's wrong with that? You know what I mean? Like, she's a supporting wife, bro. She's happy to see him win. Ain't nothing wrong with that. The brother's a different case, though, bro. Like, go get a job, my guy. What the fuck you doing right there? Having that fool support you. My boy, pay your own bills. Shit. But for his wife, I don't understand, you know, like, what's the beef that people have with her? You know? Like, she's supporting her husband. That's cool. You know, I mean, who wouldn't want a wife that's righteous like that, right? Who, you know, is, you know, jolly when you reach your, you know, your goals. But I can understand why they hate his brother, though, because making TikTok videos all day is just like, I don't know, bro. Like, you need to really go and do something with yourself. Remember the one player from the 49ers who said the N-word with a hard yard to someone in the locker room? Yeah, there's been several of them, though. There's been several in the NFL, right, that have, you know, went that route, right? Have done that kind of shit. You know, a lot of people actually. Hey, well, you know, the NFL, bro, is ran by a lot of old white guys who, you know, who still have their feelings, you know, from back in the days. You know what I mean? Which makes no sense, right? Because of how the NFL is ran and, you know, stuff like that. Like, that shit just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, you despise black people, but yeah, you owe black people your whole entire wealth. You owe them to the black people. You know? So, I don't understand. Like, how could you despise something that gave you what you, and made you who you are today, right? Or maybe the fact of that, right, is what bothers them, right? Is knowing that, right? Maybe. Right? Because, I mean, they can't say that that's not true. Because, I mean, who they are is literally owed to these individuals, right? I'm not saying that every football player is black, right? But, I mean, the majority of them are, so. You know what I mean? And coaches get fired if they not making the team improve. Oh, yeah, no. In any sport, bro, yeah, bro, your job is not secure, bro. In any sport, your job, bro, like, if you really be fucking it up, bro, you gone by tomorrow. Who cares if it's a breach of contract? They'll go to court and they'll pay that settlement, bro. They don't mind. They have that money to pay the settlement, but your ass is gone. You know what I mean? These individuals have the money to pay the settlements. That's why they don't worry about shit like that, right? They get mad if you were to breach the contract, but they're allowed to breach the contract whenever the fuck they want. Seems like it's uneven, right? I mean, that's what the, you know, our laws are for, right? To give everybody a fair and fighting chance, right? But it seems that when it comes to, you know, money heavyweights, right? It doesn't really work out like that, right? They get a walk away. They get a, you know, a slap in the wrist. You know, they don't have to pay the same, you know, penalties for their crimes that everybody else does, which makes absolutely no sense, right? But this is the world of money we're talking about, right? And money makes the world go round. And when people be like, why do you think that these people, so, like, back these individuals that do these crimes, or they choose to, you know, turn the blind eye or allow them to get away with it? And that's because, look, there's one thing that the government and these companies don't have a control over, and that's the masses. Even though you could line them up, you really don't have an overall control on the masses, right? So you truly don't know what people are gonna like, right? Like what's gonna trend, what's gonna be popping, like what people are gonna start, digging, right? Like you don't know what people are gonna enjoy, and the proof of that is like when people release movies, right? They make $1 billion movie and it flops, right? It was crap. They're guessing to see what the people like, right? So they create all these products and they throw them out there and they see which one the people go crazy for. But they have no idea though, right? They really don't know, right? That's why they throw a bunch of different products out there. They're guessing. It's a guessing game, right? So when they actually find something that works, which meaning, whether celebrity or producers or, these important people, right, that actually have this big ass fan base and have been generating so much money for so many years for a lot of people. Yes, they're going to want to keep them, safe, and they're going to want to keep them, away from all the scandals because they can all utilize this person, right? To get them all money, right? If they feature them in their products or if they bring them along, they know that people will, that it will bring a gang of people and these people are going to make a gang of money. And since it's always a guessing game, they don't know, what people are going to like and what they're not going to like. It's important that they take care of each and every person that people already go crazy for. That's the reason why these fools get so many fucking, like the princess treatments, right? Because they already found something that works that people like, right? So they're gonna want to try to keep that safe. You know what I mean? Because they already know, damn, bro, this person could bring us a lot of money. That we got to keep this fool. We got to make sure all these females stay quiet or all these kids stay quiet. Because they're now finding another person to blow up like that and to bring everybody that amount of money is you're gonna go back to the drawing board and having to find that person again. And it's a bitch not knowing what the fuck the people like because you can't predict what the people are gonna go crazy for. The people are just weird like that, right? Like the most stupidest shit, like fidget spinners or Crocs. All of a sudden, people will go, bonkers for. But it's literally like the guessing game. Like everybody's trying to see like if their product's gonna be the one that blows up because people really truly don't know. You see a lot of big companies. Yeah, we brought this project. We thought people were gonna love it, but I guess they didn't. Like I said, these people don't know, bro, because no one truly knows. Right? It could be the most stupidest video. Like for example, some of my songs, the ones that I think are whack as fuck, right, that I have done, people love them, right? And the one that I actually dig, and I'm like, damn, I got down in this one. People don't really feel it, and I'm like, the fuck, like I really don't understand, right? So I understand what people are talking about, right? Like it's hard really seeing, what the people are, what they dig or what they don't dig, right? So when they find something that works, they're gonna make sure that they keep that person safe. Because then if not, you're out of luck of now bringing in that kind of money, right? So now until you find the next person to come along the way, and, God knows how long that's gonna take, right? Did you ever like Capone's music? I was never a fan of his music, right? I'm not gonna say he sucks or anything like that, right? But he makes more like love music, like love gems, right? Like it's more for like romantic stuff, right? So I wasn't into that. So it's just because it's not my kind of music, right? But he does have like a song here or there that I dig that I'm like, all right, this is gangster right here, right? But since he makes more like mellow, lovey songs, I don't really feel it, right? I mean, the females love it, that's for them, and I understand, like yeah, they like all that, right? But I just don't really like that kind of stuff in my music, so therefore that's the only reason why I just never, was a fan of his music like that. What happened if someone in a gang and they get in trouble for child abuse or domestic violence? Child abuse, like a beating the kid, or you mean like sexually molesting the kid? Sexually molesting the kid, yeah, he's probably gonna get whacked, right? But if he's like beating his kid, like homies will have a sit down with him. You know what I mean? He'll get his, he'll get a, how can I say? He'll get straightened up straight, right? He's gonna feel the repercussions for that, right? Right, and let's hope it doesn't happen again, right? The one song I do like by the Vato is old school. The one I like from him is what's the name of the damn rola? West Up or something like that, right? But it's featuring Mr. Criminal. It's pretty banging though. You remember me? Excuse me. You remember me? Yeah, Simone, I remember you. Yeah, yeah, I remember you from that picture. Dr. Dre didn't like his song Deep Cover, but a lot of people think that. Yeah, bro. That, and you know what? Yeah, that's strange because that beat is banging and they got down, bro. I don't understand. What up, big bro? What's good, goofball Larry? What's cracking, lacking? You still talking your shit, huh? Yes, sir. You already know. Can you see me? Are you the one from the Knights of Freddy? Right? I think that's who they are, right? I know because my son digs that what's it called? Freddy Fright Nights or some shit like that. He digs the books and all that stuff. They even have games of them now and shit like that. That's crazy. I think Mr. Criminal's role lasts more. Yeah, Mr. Criminal does have talent. You know what I mean? Mr. Criminal is fucking repetitive. Yeah, that's one thing that's a fair analysis on his music, right? That he in all his songs he tends to sound the same, right? Like it literally sounds like it's the same tone to each and every song, right? And yeah, I understand that. That's one thing that I could agree with that his music does tend to have the same sound to each and every song, right? Like you know, his overall his emotions never change, right? And sometimes, you know, you need that, right? You know, in order to match the beat, in order to get more people invested, right? Because you can hear it in music, right? You can hear when people, you know, really are feeling the rola, right? When it goes deep, right? You can hear it in their just the way they just rapping. You can hear it in their expression, right? That's what gets a lot of people to dig people's music, right? Because you can feel people's vibes through their music, right? You can feel it like when they're just not like when there's no energy to it, when they're like really pumped, it pumps you up, right? Like I said, it's a normal human reaction. Have you read The Art of War? Yes, I have read The Art of War. It's a very good but deception book, right? Full of a lot of, you know, it's a good philosophy, right? It's good for philosophy, right? But it's a double-edged sword, right? Because, but then again, we can say that for a lot of literature, though. You know, like, I mean, look at, for example, the Bible, right? Like the Word of God, right? Like, there's some people that could read that, and you know, go out there and commit murders and bombings in behalf of you know the Word, right? Which is insane if you really think about it, right? But like I said, you know, there's a lot of troubled individual that you can tell a story or you could be, you know, giving them information, right? And the reason why you're doing it, right, and how you view it, they'll completely see it the opposite of that, right? Like they'll agree with you, but they twist it into their own crazy version, you know, of what you meant, right? And it's just like, that's insane, right? I mean, but then again, that's the importance of, you know, learning about people's personalities and overall human behavior and mental illness, right? I mean, once we get a hold of that, right, like we can better understand people, give people better help, right, in order to help them, you know, from not doing the shit that they do. Like, you want to read some good words, read anything from Frederick Nietzsche. I recommend his work. You won't regret it. His stuff is chingon. The guy is the GOAT. He's not perfect. I don't agree with everything, even though I look up to his word and the guy, you know, I see him, I put him high, right? But even though I put him high, you know, I do recognize his flaws too, right? Because everybody has them, right? And that's the beautiful thing about Friedrich Nietzsche is that in his last work, if you read his last book, right, where he says that, you know, if you admire him, if you admire his work, and if you, you know, followed his, you know, word, then you should already know that he doesn't want you to agree with his work, right? He wants you to find how could you better improve what he was saying or find the flaws in what he was doing and saying, right? Like improve his work. He wants you to improve it, like to add to it, like to make it better, right? Not to just see it as like, just hold this, right? He wants you to be above that, right? And which is one thing that I found, to be very, inspirational, right? The fact how he's so, humbled and level-minded. He's one of the greatest minds that has ever walked this planet. Even though some people could, not understand, sometimes not understand his work, right? They think he had a dark way of looking at the world, right? But it was just realness, right? And he's not gonna add all these fairy tales and lie, right? So people can't be saying that, he was so dark. Like, no, he was just being like, this is what it is, though. This is what life is. Not to see it in a tragic way, right? But I mean, to live in the reality of it. There is no magic and none of that, right? But you do have, how could I say, you do have the will in you to do anything and become anything and overcome anything, right? But to rely on a magical source, it's really pointless, right? Like, you can't go to a special building and wish for something and then expect all your problems to be lifted off your shoulders. It's just not gonna happen. You gotta put in that effort. You gotta go and do that because you have it in you, because we all have it in us, right? Everything that has been accomplished in the world is because of man and what man could do and what we're capable of. That you owe all that to us, to man. Not no magical source. Facts, bro. I just find his words very impactful. And yes, if you can tell, yes, he was an atheist. Dickies or Ben Davis? Ben Davis all day, my boy. Shit. I mean, I wear Dickies too, but Ben Davis all day, bro. Got my Ben Davis. Cuete Criminal, is there beef? I don't know, my boy. I don't know. That's their, whatever they have going on, right? Like, I truly don't know, what the beef is or what's happening between them, right? Like, that's between them individuals. No way, bro. There's someone behind you. Yeah, my shadow. So you doing? Hi. What? So you doing? What's good? What's your favorite? Oh, who's your favorite poet? I don't think I have a favorite poet, to be honest with you. Right? Would I say I have a favorite poet? Nah, I wouldn't say I have a favorite poet, right? Because I'm not into poetry like that. I mean, like actual poetry, not rap, even though rap could be considered poetry, right? But if we're talking about actual, real poetry, right? Do you have homies from your barrio who are in car clubs and have their own Lolos? Yeah, there's a few. The homie Serio. My father's one of them. My father, Playboy. He's in a car club and he owns a 1969 Chevy Impala. Burgundy, candy burgundy. She's badass. Serio, the homie Duke. And I think that's it. Yeah, but they got some nice ass whips, so I ain't gonna lie. Fuck. I am subscribed right now. That's right. Gracias. I appreciate that. King David. 3-6 or Bone Thugs. Oh, Bone Thugs all day, bro. That's not even close. That's not even close. Now, that's not to take away nothing from 3-6 Mafia. They get down, you know what I mean? Including, Project Pat and all those individuals, that, are side members or whatever. Because they all got down, especially sipping on some scissor. You know what I mean? But it's just Bone Thugs all day. Like, I feel like Bone Thugs just has way more, to offer. You know what I mean? But don't get me wrong, 3-6 Mafia, they can do their thing, homie. They hold their own. They hold their ground. You know what I mean? Crunchy Black and all them individuals, right? But I just feel like Bone Thugs just, Especially if we're talking about just lyrically, right? What Crazy Bone could do, right? I mean, don't get me wrong, Busy, Lazy, and all the rest are good, right? But it's just Crazy Bone, what he's able to do on a mic, bro. It's just on a whole nother level, bro. Like it's on a whole nother. Look up his song Crazy Bone, Clash of the Titans, bro. That motherfucker just fucking annihilates that fucking beat, bro. Like the speed that he's able to go in is fucking. And people think like, nah, it's a software, it speeds it up. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's his actual. That's as fast as people think that with my music, right? Like, no, like I'm actually rapping like that. Like I'm not speeding the track up. Like that's literally how fast I'm going, right? And he can go like 3 times faster than that. So I'm just like, I don't know how the fuck he does it. What do you think about fans of Chicano artists beef involve their neighborhoods in their mix, even though it's a personal beef? Yeah, I just don't understand that either. Like when I get like, hey man, like who do you think is right? Like, bro, I don't know. That's not my beef. I don't know. I don't know what started the beef, what's going on. I can't say, about their stuff, right? Like that's between them individuals in the neighborhood. So, because once you start, throwing and picking, then you're involving yourself in the beef. You're involving yourself in the mix, right? Because you're pretty much calling the other person, whatever this person's saying that he is, right? And if you don't know, right, like I don't know what they have going on between them, right? That's on them. One thing I would never do is I would never defend like someone I don't even know, right? Just because I like their music, I'm gonna pick their side. Like that would be like, what? Like, why would I do that though? That would be some goofy ass shit, bro. Like I'm gonna side with this fool because I like his music more. What kind of a fucking reason is that, bro? Shit, that's not my beef. It's between them. Whatever they have going on. And it's even worse when they ask people to side with them. That's like already some goofy behavior, bro. Like, what the fuck? Like, bro, you better handle your own mess, bro. You ain't telling people to pick, bro. Why are you white dragging everyone into your shit? You better handle your own scandal. That's ridiculous, bro. You know what I mean? When people try to drag other people into their mix. Can't be asking that of people. That's ridiculous. It's different, I guess. He's a homie from your neighborhood because, you guys are from the same hood. You got to do, you got to back up your homie's plate. We're talking about, like, just random people. Nah. Rosa, hello. What's good? Aiming. Just broke my granny's nose. Damn, Sadio, why would you do that, bro? No. There's no excuse for that. Try to fart in her face when she was sleeping, and it's no mames. I'm gonna keep tapping. Hey, gracias, I appreciate it. Do you think Straight Outta Compton only told half truths on NWA when it went? Oh yeah, bro, yeah. And you know what? That's the problem with a lot of how can I say, a lot of film industries out there, right? That when they try to put out quote unquote documentary, right? But it's not though. Is that you have a lot of people that go in there with a biased opinion already, right? And when you're making something when you're giving your opinion, right, on an actual matter, you can't go in there already with a biased views, right? Like you have to go in there unbiased, right? Like you have to be speaking about the matter from a third, person's perspective, right? Because you can always tell when somebody is already siding with one way of the story, right? Just because of how the story is told, right? So then it makes it a lot harder for you to actually see this as actual facts or true events, right? Because they're literally trying to convince the people to see it from one angle, right? And if you're claiming to be documenting something, then you can't do that, right? Because you got to let the people judge for themselves, right? You have to let the people be able to, separate, what's actually true and what's fictional, right? You can't make that choice for them. Relaxing at home again. That's right. Just chilling. I came home from work. Oh, that's right. You got out early? It was kind of slow or what? Have you ever met Ice Cube, and would you do a rap song? I would do a rap song with him for sure. A heartbeat, for sure. Have I ever met him? No, I have never met him. there was an incident, right, where my homies had bumped into him, right, but I never met him, right. But yeah, I would do a song with him. Yeah, I would jump on that motherfucker, heartbeat. Because he has made rolas with Chicano rappers, right, like Sleepy Malo. So he has tracks out there with Raza, right. I mean, I met homies that have met him, and they said that that fool's cool as fuck, right? Like, there's other people that are like dicks, right? Like they'll act like their shit don't stink, right? So there's a few individuals like that, right? That they feel like they're too good, right? They're too high and mighty, right? Like I guess, Mr. Doug Life. Forgot what the ghetto's like. But I not get off the stream, bro. You're awesome. Gracias, I appreciate that, my boy. Yeah, because like there's individuals that really think that they're like too good, they're too good for, their people, right? Which is ridiculous, but was even featured on a rola with Corrido Crew. Damn, was he? What's the name of that rola? I didn't know that one. I know that Snoop Dogg has one word, right? With a Corrido group. I forgot what the name of that shit was called. Well, Snoop Dogg has actually a few. He actually has worked a lot actually with Mexicans now that I think about it, right? But I didn't know that about Ice Cube, right? That's crazy. I think Snoop Dogg even has a rola out there where he's even trying to rap it in Spanish or some shit, like a little piece of it. I think they're above everyone because of the status. Yeah, there's a lot of people like that, bro. Kid Frost is one of them. That was my issue with him, right? That I had, right? When we were looking to do something, like I was like, bro, you got me fucked up. I don't give a fuck if you the pioneer in the game or not, bro. I'm not gonna let another man try to, talk down on me. Like, bro, I'm just not that one. I don't give a fuck who you are. You're gonna talk to me with respect. Because I give people that I give people that, right? So I expect that shit back. And now we're gonna have some issues. Exhibitor Corrupt. Damn, my boy, this guy came through. Shit. Fuck. Damn. Shit. Exhibitor Corrupt, man. I never even thought of that one. Man. I would have to say, I don't know. I would probably say Exhibit. I would have to go Exhibit. Or do I? Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna stamp Exhibit. I'll stamp Exhibit. I think that's actually a hard one, bro. They're like both very talented. Both are lyrical as fuck. See, the good thing about it, what I like about Exhibit and Corrupt, not only do they do gangster rap, right? The gangster rap that they do, right? But they both have bars. They both could go lyrical. They both could get underground, right? Like underground rap. They could bring that underground feel to their music, right? Well, because both of them started off as underground rappers, right? So before they became, mainstream gangster rappers, right? So damn, bro. They both got like skills. If you hear Exhibit and Corrupt's underground music, right? Like not the mainstream Hollywood, versions of it, right? But that's good too, right? But like the raw actual music from underground that people hardly ever heard of, right? They fucking got talent, bro. They got bars for days, bro. They got metaphors for days. They be bringing good shit. It's fucking crazy. Like just the metaphors that, leave you like, damn, bro, that fool really did that? Damn, that's crazy. Would you do a song with King Little G? Probably not. Nothing against King Little G. I got nothing against the individual, a toda madre and everything like that, right? It's just I really don't see how it would work, right? Especially with our neighborhoods and stuff like that. So I really just, I don't know. It would be, I don't know. This guy's... Have you ever heard of rapper 40 Glock? Oh, no, I know who 40 Glock is. Yeah, 40 Glock, as a matter of fact, has an album called 40 Glock and the Sureños is the name of the album. He has two of them, actually, with Homeboys. Right? So, yeah, 40 Glock has a whole entire CD, and in each song, I think he's featuring, like, like a different genre, right? There's one with Mr. Silent. He has a rola with Mr. Criminal, Mr. Shadow, Mr. Little One. He has rolas with like a. Each song has Chicano represented, right? And it's funny because he has verses in there in Spanish. 40 Glock in that album, in those two albums. Yeah, 40 Glock knows what it is. Yeah, for sure. I agree. It's just classic. Yeah, bro. His style of rapping is phenomenal. Best Exhibit song, Live or Die, right? It's in his X album, the one that has the blue X on it, right? Well, how does it go? We just ride and get high till the sun hits the sky. Keep that heat by my side. That's how gangsters get by. That song is fucking banging, bro. I fucking love that jam, bro. That fucking jam, that shit hits chingon, bro. I could bump that shit all day, homie. Just that hook and that his verse too, but just that hook in itself is mang, bro. That shit's some out of the world type shit right there. Like that was my jam, bro. I remember, whew, man, we put in all kinds of work for that shit. Nah, but that shit was, man, that jam brings back memories. One of them that's dope, Dr. Cora, Lady Rage and Daz is one of the songs. Puffin, Blunt, killed it. Oh yeah, a lot of Dre. One of Dre. As a matter of fact, one of Dre's compilation albums that actually, people actually need to peep out because it's people. I feel like they forget about it. Is the Wash Project? Remember when they made the movie The Wash and they released an album to go with that movie? That album has so many chingon hits on it, bro. It's not even funny. That album is banging, bro. That album is fucking fire, homie. Shit, that album is probably just as good as his Chronic album, The Wash. His compilation, he's he has a bunch of different people on there with him, right? With him and Snoop. The compilation album, man, bro. That CD right there has some of the best rolas for the West. What about the new style corridos? Is that like the Peso Pluma kind of corridos, right? I don't really kind of dig those, right? Those are not corridos. Those are corridos, right? With the Peso Pluma. It's just that their style is like, I don't know. It's not really corridos, right? It's kind of like, I want to say it's like a hybrid breed, right? Like it's like corrido hip hop, right? It's like a corrido hip hop type shit. Which I could see how the two could work together, right? I just feel like these people, maybe because they're barely, this is something that's new, right? They just haven't mastered it yet, right? Because a lot of their beats don't really feel like they're really fitting in together all that well, right? It sounds like you're just bumping corridos and somebody's bumping hip hop in the background, right? So it's not really all together, right? It doesn't sound like it's pieced together, right? So I feel like they just haven't mastered that style yet, right? Maybe one day they will, right? But as of right now, I haven't heard it. Like, it just sounds like I'm hearing two different beats at once instead of I'm hearing one beat, together. The Game or Cypress Hill? Oh, Cypress Hill. Don't get me wrong. The Game has flow. He got spit. He could bring it right. I feel like Be Real just has a little bit more of better metaphors than the Game does, right? I feel like the Game could get, repetitive, from time to time, right? It becomes redundant. The Wash was a funny-ass movie. Alessandra, I guess that... yeah, bro, that album, that shit banging, bro. Yeah, that shit's got, it's Nocturnal up in there and shit. RBX, the narrator. Busta Rhymes or Cypress Hill. You know what? Here's a trip out. I was never a fan of Busta Rhymes' music. Don't get me wrong, the guy could rap. He raps. He has the Eminem problem, I feel. Right? The Eminem problem is where I think that they're some of the best rappers of all time, right? Like, they could rap their asses off. They got skills, they got bars, they got metaphors, they got talent. But I feel like when it comes to them making their own albums, their concepts, and just their overall, direction of their rolas is just weird. Like, they come with just odd topics, right? Like, odd and strange, topics, right? Or, like, their albums are just built just goofy to me, right? But when they're featured, when somebody features these rappers on their tracks, they could kill it. They could kill it because they have their rapping capability is off the chart, right? They're some of the best. But when it comes to them releasing their own albums, I feel like their tracks and the direction they take their albums are like, nah, the concepts are kind of weird, you know. Like I really don't dig them all that much, right? Like Eminem has, songs with shoving gerbils up his ass, and or songs about, like this, like just like this goofy material, right? That I'm just like, yeah, I don't know. Like I don't know what he was thinking. Don't get me wrong, the storytelling that and how they're rapping it like is good, right? Like how they able to, tell his tale, right? And it's different, right? But it's just a little bit too different for me, right? At least for my taste. Weird beats, weird, right? And I feel like the reason for that is that the basic stuff they don't see it as a challenge, bro. And a rapper always wants to be challenged, and when they're just not, it becomes boring. It becomes like it almost becomes a job, right? Like you're being forced to do this song, right? But you just don't feel, Compared to this, is like, damn, man, I wonder if I could actually rap to something like this, right? And now you're being challenged, right? So now you're now challenging yourself to really try to make a song work for this type of beat, right? So it's kind of like the like, will you be able to pull it off type thing, right? No, I fuck with them, right? But not just the new stuff. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my break's up. We got to get back to it. Hey, nice chopping it up with you guys. We out.